Hello guys, Ylad FM here, and we are back with September's results. And as you can see, it's not been a bad month. We are second in the league at the moment. The goals scored, sixth highest in the league. Doing well as far as conceding goals goes. And if we have a look at our player stats, we've got Eden Hazard leading the way with his goals scored. Just take a quick look at his form. So as you can see, he hasn't played every game. He hasn't been brilliant, to be honest with you. A couple of standout games, Warsaw and Crystal Palace. Not that bad though. So let's take a look at the club news. So what have we got in the news at the minute? Kante resumes full training. And this one here, Hudson-Odoi wins Young Player of the Month accolade. Chelsea's wonder kid, Hudson-Odoi, has wowed the fans at Stamford Bridge this month with some outstanding performances. 70-year-old wonder kid has been in excellent form, scoring an impressive 2 goals in 2 appearances. Yes, he's been given the chance ahead of Hazard. He's actually kept Hazard out of the team a couple of times, which is very good. So what else has happened this month that you would like to see? Let's have a look at our fixtures. Competitions, actually. We have had our Euro Cup draw. And our draw has given us a fairly easy group, to be honest with you. A group that we should be winning. As you can see there, we've got AZ, Limpija, and Real Hispelias. So yes, we should be alright. And as you can see, we played one game in the group and we've won that. We'll come to that on fixtures in a minute. We've also had the Carabao Cup draw for this month where we got Warsaw in the next round. Let's just go to Warsaw. League One Warsaw, yeah. Shouldn't be a problem. Although saying that, I think we've already played them. Yep, so as you've seen, we got Warsaw and beat Warsaw. So we've also put in some new training sessions. I think, just have a look at schedules that I've put together. Yeah, so these are the schedules that I've put together now. I like to give them plenty of rest over the weekends, plenty of work to start the week with, and then the community outreach and bonding. I think these two are really important, and as you can see, every week I've got them in, bar Wales matches. More so, I think it's more so important than even getting the attributes up. Getting a team playing as a team will always lead to impressive performances. And with that said, let's check out our dynamics. So an improvement in team cohesion since last time. We've now moved into good, where we were still in average last time. The dressing room atmosphere is excellent. We've got 2 players who are currently unhappy. Pedro wants to leave for first team football, and so does Willian. A promise has been made to Willian that he can leave for first team football. I've not had to make that same promise, Pedro. To be honest with you, if he goes, he goes. As for managerial support, still good. Still looking at that minus there. Number of players still don't get on with me. Hopefully we can change that in the near future. So let's go on to our fixtures and go on to some of the goals so you can see how we've been performing. So September's fixtures are here, down to there. So we've played Southampton in the league, Watford in the league, Real Hispelias in the Euro Cup, Crystal Palace in the league, Warsaw in the Carabao Cup, and Manchester City in the league. And as you can see, we've not had a brilliant time in the league with 2 draws out of 4 games. Let's just have a look at the first game. So Southampton, we beat 4-1 away from home. And let's take a look at the game. So, as you can see, took the lead with Memphis Depay, 45th minute, 49th minute goals, pegged back by 1, and then we took 2 more goals out of them. Southampton setting up with a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, how you want to see it. And we set up with our typical back line of Aspilicueta in goal, Zabacosta, Rudiger, Christensen, David Luiz and Alonso. In the middle, Kovacic and Jorginho playing together. Still no Kante in the team. And up front, Depay, Hudson-Odoi in for Hazard and Higuain on the other side. If you look down the statistics, they are pretty even all the way down. Clear-cut chances, but they outdone us on half chances. We were outpossessed in this game. Again, percentage of passing 70%, not good enough. It needs to rise. We'll be focusing on that, but our average rating 7.43. You can't moan at that, not at all. Let's go and check out the goals. So let's hope that it isn't at a stupid speed this time and I don't have to slow it down. Yep, it's at a stupid speed. So let's just come out of there. So Memphis with the first one there, as you can see, nice ball play through to him. And then we've got the second goal, Alonso from the throw-in. It's cleared away by Lamela. Jorginho picks it up on the outside to Kovacic. Kovacic into Memphis, and it's his second goal of the game for Memphis there. Ward-Prowse with a free kick. It's a long, deep into the box. Down to Ings. Kepa saves the first, but it drops straight at Ings' feet. No one there to mop it up. Hudson-Odoi to Kovacic. A lovely ball across from Kovacic there to find Zabacosta. Into the box. And I think Memphis is unlucky not to get a hat-trick there. Hudson-Odoi starting to move off in the middle of the park. Again out to Zabacosta. He's been really important this season. Zabacosta into Higuain, and Higuain puts it away. The wings have been major important stuff for us, and as long as we can keep using them to good effect, we'll be fine. So let's go on to the next game and see what's going on there. I'm just going to set the preferences on where are you? That's it. We don't want to go massively fast for you, so let's get back onto there. Confirm that. Okay, so next game was Watford in the Premier League, where we continued our good form to start the season. 2 goals from Hudson-Odoi in this game, who was again playing instead of Hazard. Let's have a look how this game went. So, we started with a back line of Aspilicueta in goal, Alonso, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger and Zabacosta at the back. You're going to see this as our main back line. I don't really feel we've got anyone else in the squad who can push any of these out. Yeah, Aspilicueta right back, but he's not really a wing back, so. And then you've got Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle, and Higuain, Hudson-Odoi and Depay up front. The front players not playing too brilliantly today, as you can see, but Hudson-Odoi sorted them out. As for the stats, not very good today. We were outdone on most stuff. Clear-cut chances, long shots. We actually had the majority of possession, but we weren't doing anything with it. Passes getting back up there again. Crosses into the box, looking good. And down to the average ratings, 7.05, back over the 7s again. And let's take a look at the goals that were scored. So first goal, Zabacosta to Kovacic, Kovacic to Jorginho, Out to Alonso on the wing. Like I said, wing play a big part of our game, and into Hudson Odoi, and yeah, buried it. Lovely shot there. Memphis, a nice ball out wide to the outside after the equator, this time into the box. It's headed our way, but Hudson Odoi is there to bury it again. 2-0, and the game is over. Next up, we had our first European game of the season. And again, we walked away with a 2-0 win here. As you can see, lots of bookings, bit of a dirty game by the looks of it. Let's have a look at the stats. So, started with our back line, Kepa in goal, Alonso, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger and Sabacosta across the back line, Jorginho and Kovacic, Higuain, Hudson Odoi and Depay, the same side we went with against Watford in the last game. And it worked well. We dominated, absolutely dominated. 14-2, 7-0, 5-1, 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 3-0. It's all the way down. It's just domination. 14 fouls though, and we picked up 5 yellows out of that, which could be risky for the rest of the competition. And 2 yellows and then you miss a game could be a bit tight come the end of the group stage. Again, over the sevens. Let's take a look at how these goals came about. So, corner kick, Kovacic. Short corner to Higuain. Higuain plays it into Rudiger. It's bounced about in the box and Rudiger mops it up after a bit of a sloppy play there. Jorginho into Kovacic. Kovacic out wide again to Zabacosta. Zabacosta across the box, and Higuain does not miss when he's that far away from goal. 2-0 win, gets us off on the right foot for the European game. Next up, Crystal Palace in the league. Disappointed to come away with a draw here. Didn't go into this game thinking a draw. It was a win all day long. I was well under the belief it would be anyway. And to say I was disappointed with the side would be an understatement. So we went with our normal back line of Kepa in goal. After the equator came in for Zabacosta, right back just because of fitness concern. But then we had Rudiger, Christensen, Luiz and Alonso across the back line. Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho in the middle this time. Loftus-Cheek coming in for Kovacic, who was again just fitness. And then we brought in Depay, Hazard and Higuain up front. Hazard in for Hudson Odoi today. And as you can see, this did not look good all the way through. Outplayed, outgunned. It was never our day, and I tried a couple of things on the touchline to get them going, and it just would not work for us. When you look at the stats, we're lucky to come away with a draw. When you look at the form going into the game, it should never have been that close. Let's take a look at how these goals came about and when they came about. So Van Arnold to Meyer. Meyer plays it out wide. Why is no one covering Zaha, one of their best players, into the box, and there's Benteke to pull it away. Can't understand how he got that much space out wide. David Luiz with a free kick off the bar, and Hazard just mops it up at the end. Lovely. Van Arnold from left to right to Zaha. There's a man over, and yep, he's used him. And into MacArthur, and a lovely goal. Again, too much space out on the wings. Loftus-Cheek into Giroud. Giroud back to Loftus-Cheek. He plays the ball through to Afro Equator, and unusual for him to take a shot from there, but I'm glad he did. It's 2-2 for that game. Next up was Walsall in the Carabao Cup. And let's have a look how this set up. As you can see, a nice hat-trick from Hazard there, a second half hat-trick. Let's take a look at this lineup and the stats to see how we played. So, bit of a mix-up in personnel today. We started with Cabrera in goal. He's going to be our goalkeeper for the cup competitions, I believe. Emerson in for Alonso at left back. I think that he's going to be a really good player to play this role. Complete wing back is what we're playing him as. He's got the stats there. Certainly looks like he could raise a little bit, being 24. What's his development like? Has he had any attribute changes since we've been here? No, he's just staying level at the minute. Then we've got Louise, Cahill in for his first game of the season, Ampadu and Zabacosta at right. And then we've got Jorginho and Kovacic running the middle again. Nothing unusual there. They've been partnering up quite well. Willian in. Was this his first game of the season? Second game of the season. And Giroud in on the other side with Hazard in the middle. And as you can see, we completely dominated this game, just as we should do, with Walsall being a League One club. There's no way they should be comparing themselves to us. I mean that in the most respectful way possible. But we're Chelsea and they're Walsall. And as you can see all the way down, we're firing on all cylinders. 83% pass completion. Just a 7.32 rating for how much stats are. I would have expected that to be closer to 8, but as you can see, some of the players didn't really perform. Let's have a look at the goals. In fact, we had to wait till the second half for the first goal. Was a bit worrying as well. So Jorginho plays it out to Emerson, but it's behind him. Emerson gets a ball a long way across the back. Zabacosta into Hazard. Not usually a header of the ball, Hazard, but he got there. No one marking him. How did they let that happen? So back to Cahill this time. Cahill with a long through ball to Zabacosta, and there's Hazard to get his second goal of the game. Again, Zabacosta having something to do with the goals. Out wide on the right to Zabacosta. In the box to Willian. Willian back to Alonso. Alonso to Hazard, and it's 3-0 to Chelsea. And just a consolation goal here from the corner. In the box, Louise clears. And that's a rocket there from that Ferreira. That was a rocket. So, as you can see, it's really important getting our wing backs right. They make so much of a difference. 3 key passes from Zabacosta, 2 assists. And let's take a look at our final game. Not even worth seeing there won't be any highlights to watch this. It's a terrible game this for us. So let's have a look at the team. Kepa in goal, Zabacosta, Rudiger, Christensen, Louise and Alonso, Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho in the middle, Depay, Hazard and Higuain, strongest side we could have went with. And just for City side, you've got Ederson in goal, Laporte, Otamendi, Stones and Walker across the back. I didn't realise Laporte played out that side. No, he don't usually. I wonder why they played him out there, whether they've just run out of players. Fernandinho holding behind Bernardo Silva and Tolisso, not seen him before. Is he a new signing for him? Yeah, they've brought him in from Bayern Munich. Not having the best of starts. They've got Mahrez, Sane behind Aguero. Game was probably City's for the taking, but it's, I don't know, looking more down it, it's probably 50-50, I'd say. Yeah, average ratings are just on our side, shots are on their side, clear-cut chances on our side, so yeah, a draw is probably the right result for this. But like I say, 0-0, it's not brilliant. So let's have a look at the competitions now. And First off, the Premier League. So the Premier League has left the standings like this. Let's just open that up. So Arsenal leading the pack. Form's a bit weird there. Don't know why. Don't know what's going on there. So Arsenal leading the pack with 19 points from 7 games. We're in second with 15, so we're 4 points behind Arsenal already this season. Scoring goals. We're not scoring goals. 11 in 7. I might have to look at that tactics to try and get a bit further forward. I mean, we're keeping the clean sheets and keeping it tight at the back, but goals win games, not clean sheets. Let's go back on to player stats. Yeah. Let's go back on to who we got next in the Carabao Cup. We've got Fulham. An away game to Fulham. How are they getting on in the Premier League? 9th for the minute. And like I say, let's have a final look at the fixtures for next time. We've got 2 European games, 3 Premier League games, and a Carabao Cup game for you to look at next time in October. So I'll be back with October very shortly. Thank you for watching.